6, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Mr. Speaker, this question is to the Associate Minister of Health and asks, what is the real purpose behind his statements and legislation regarding tobacco product sales in New Zealand?
Speaker.
The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Mr. Speaker, the real purpose behind my statements and legislation on tobacco product sales is that it saves many New Zealanders' lives and it reduces the harm from cigarettes and tobacco.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question. Order. Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Minister, if he and the government sincerely believes what he just said, then why does he and it not forego over $1.6 billion in taxes on tobacco and cigarettes and just ban them now?
The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Mr. Speaker, no, the intention is not to ban cigarettes. The intention is to reduce the harm from cigarettes. That member knows that 4,500 to 5,000 people per year die prematurely from tobacco smoking, and that's why we're putting in place these measures.
Supplementary question.
Order. Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Minister, why has the government, whilst filling its coffers with over $1,600 million in taxes, launched this further attack on consumers of a legal product, many of whom are poor, a disproportionate number of which are Maori and Pacific Islander?
The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Mr. Speaker, that member knows that the direct costs of tobacco smoking can be up to $1.9 billion. That member also knows that the intangible costs have been estimated to be up to $11 billion. And sir, these measures that we're putting in place are about reducing the harm to New Zealanders.
Question.
Supplementary question. Order.
Minister,
Order. I haven't called the member. I'm just waiting for a bit more assistance from my left. Supplementary question, Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Minister, if that statement was remotely true, why does he and his government not ban smoking of tobacco and cigarettes and leave off this PC attack on the working people of this country when, in fact, that government gains $1.6 billion plus in taxes and does not tax multinationals for their $10 billion of transactions in this country? What's honest about that?
The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Mr. Speaker, we know that increasing the price on tobacco is only one tool to reduce smoking rates. That's why we've got programs in place, face-to-face programs for smoking cessation. That's why we've got the quit line. That's why we do media campaigns in order to bring down the rates of smoking.
Point of order.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston
Speaker,
Peters.
from the start of the answer to my second question, this minister has not answered the question. I'm wanting to know, why does he not ban it?
Order.
All he's telling me is what he's not going to do.
Order. I've listened to every question. They've been quite sizable questions, and they have been addressed on every occasion.
Order, Speaker. Not
Supplement. A point. I hope the member's not in any way
No, I'm not, sir.
Good. I'll hear the fresh point of order.
I'd like to know, if I could, which part of his answers gave me the answer to the question, which was, why will he not ban?
The member's now going back and relitigating a decision I've already made. Go back and look at the length of the questions. The member, in asking questions, put plenty into his question, giving the minister a far easier job in answering those questions and addressing them. And he's done so. I don't want this matter relitigated. No, order. Just before. The member's not attempting to relitigate where we've just been.
No, I'm raising a point of order.
Point of order, the Right Honourable Winston.
I seek leave to table from the library the real facts on the excise duty being collected by this government.
Order. I just want quickly the details of the information. I might put the leave.
The details are that 80% of the packet of cigarettes goes to the government, the other 20% to everybody else, including the tobacco companies.
Order.
And the authority is from Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Order. The document's been described. It may be of interest to members, so I'll put the leave sought to table that information from the parliamentary library. Is there any objection? Yes. Question, supplementary question. Order, order. Supplementary question, Marama Fox.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister, obviously, and asks, as a result of Māori Party lobbying and the introduction of 4 pieces of legislation by the Honourable Dame Tariana Turia related to tobacco, how much have rates of tobacco consumption reduced since 2006?
The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Mr. Speaker, the rates of consumption have, in the last 5 years, decreased by 25%. The smoking incidence in the last 5 years has decreased from 18 to 15%. And I'd like to thank that member and the Māori Party and Dame Tariana Turia for the leadership and the vision that they've shown in this battle against this, this very large health issue.
Supplementary question, the Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Is the Minister aware of the research of Dr. Marawa Glover on this matter, which utterly debunks the answer to the question he gave to Marama Fox, as one would normally expect?
Order. The question's been asked. The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
No, I'm not aware of that member's assertion. But there is clear evidence, sir, that lower income members of society are more price sensitive, and that's how tax increases work, sir. And that Professor Blakely's research I have taken on board, and that the tax increases have been effective in bringing down the rates of smoking.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
In light of the Minister's answer that 15% of New Zealand adults currently smoke, what does he believe the percentage will be in 4 years' time after the measures introduced in the budget and today have been put in place?
The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Mr. Speaker, I don't have a crystal ball to see what is going to happen 4 years from now. But what I do know is that the rates of smoking have consistently decreased since this government has been in power. In fact, in the last 3 years, there are 37,000 less smokers today than there were 3 years ago.
Order. Supplementary question, David Seymour.
If the Minister lacks a crystal ball, could he at least be good enough to give the House his best estimate upon which he introduced these policies?
The Honourable
Speaker.
Order. The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Well, Mr. Speaker, history is a good gauge of what may happen in the future, and history has shown that this government's measures have led to a reduction 25% reduction in the consumption of tobacco. It's led to a reduction in the number of smokers over the last 7 years.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
Is the House to take it that he actually has no idea what the benefits of his policy will be, even though the costs will be large?
The Honourable Pesata Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I refute that assertion by the member. In fact, that member voted for these measures last Friday. So I put it to that member that what he voted for was clearly beneficial to New Zealanders. It's going to bring the smoking rates down. And, you know, I suggest he thinks about why we voted the way we did last Friday.
Question number 7.